Hey guys, Psychic Pictures here. Welcome to First Impressions. Today we will be playing Thomas Was Alone. The program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coders started adding name strings to AIs as a joke, yada yada.
Thomas was alone. Wow, a weird first thought to have.
Alright.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
I'm gonna wait until it actually states the, state what happens.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word?
Achievement for 1.
Jump. It worked. A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
Okay. So far, this is pretty...
This
okay.
all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
Whoa!
He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Nah, paranoia.
Alright.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
Alright. I finished these levels before he's actually finished speaking.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No, too obvious.
Alright. Let's see if I... Can I actually change the color I am? Nope.
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it. He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
Alright.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
Okay. Whoops. I fell all the way to the bottom again. Whoops. And it's over here, isn't it? Oh no! I jumped. Come on. Up. Alright. This is pretty much just platforming, isn't it? Alright.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. he could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper. He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Okay. What I'm guessing from this is that if it's falling, you jump less. And if it's rising, you jump more. Alright. Be there or be. I submitted hundreds of bug reports. I told you that idiot this would happen. Overlapping scripts, more than one. AI was bound to be spawned into an environment. Whatever.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
Alright. I know how to switch characters now. Okay.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Well, not technically graceful. It's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Come on, show me. Whoa! I was gonna say show me more, but okay. That shoved me out of the way. Hi. Alright. There we go. Okay. So both of them have to be there. Be up there.
Okay. This was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it. Which of course made it all the more enticing.
Ha!
What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Okay. So far, this is
Great.
kind of weird.
Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
There we go. Dark smog. Ooh.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure.
Uh-oh.
Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Right. So, this is called Thomas Was Alone? So, why is Thomas not alone? Ah! Dang it. Right? Ah! There we go. Alright.
pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up. If only for a few levels.
Chris does not like Thomas, apparently. Oh, jeez. But he needs Thomas in order to do the different levels. Oh gosh! Okay. Come on, Chris. No! Chris! Come on, Chris. You can do this. You can do this, Chris. Yard, Chris! Go, Thomas, go! Go, Thomas, go! I don't know why this is called Thomas Was Alone when he's not, in fact, alone.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
Alright. There we go. So John is with us now.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
Where'd they all come from? John! There we go. Alright, there's another switch. There's everyone.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use.
Oh, jeez.
To show those little dots how it was done.
John, we need your help. Alright. Well, that was bad. Alright. So far, this game's okay. Not the best, but okay. Oh, come on. Oh, I think I know. That switch might do something.
John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies. You could tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
Okay. Wee! Oh, there's something up there. Oh, come on! I need the other one. That's baloney. Restart level. I have to.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done.
Alright.
John decided to...
This is pretty much just a platformer with basic mechanics. So, it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily good either.
Sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror.
It makes you think, though. Whee! Carry me! I don't know what that thing does, but it does something. Double act! Yay! Alright, there we go. Alright.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
Whee! Let's go. Whee! There we go. How do I get the square up here? maybe I can do this. Whoops. There we go. Again. Aww. Right? Come on, let's do this thing.
He didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumps.
Oh no. There we go.
The angry orange one was less immediately likable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
Yeah. They seek it here, they seek it there. They seek it everywhere. They need John's help. Right. There we go. And this should be 1.10.
This was interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing. John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
I'm gonna cheat here a little bit. I ain't gonna do no platforming. At least not with this guy.
Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
There we go. Boom. There we go. That should be the end of 1.0. Hero Thomas needs. 2.0. 2.1.
So, this was how Claire would die. She knew it would happen eventually. She was
Okay.
rubbish at jumping, and she moved slowly. She felt a little like her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order. The crumbling pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed. Wait, what? Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not, in fact, dead. It was at that moment that Claire realised she had superpowers.
She has superpowers. She can go into the water.
She'd need a cape. There was no getting around that. You couldn't be a superhero without a cape. Claire didn't want confusion. If you saw a cape, that made matters clear. You knew what you were dealing with. Claire was all about communication. And, you know, floating in water, which was her superpower.
Aw, John. You didn't, did you? Ow. Do-do-do-do-do. Yard. There we go.
Right. Fear not, my skinny friends, for I am Claire, and I will save you. Claire needed to come up with a superhero name as soon as possible. Claire was rubbish.
Alright, there we go. Yay!
Claire arrived just in time. It was, of course, the perfect moment for the superheroes to arrive. As the water began to rise, Claire vowed to save this little rectangle in as many restarts as it took.
Yay! I'm jumping with happiness. Or sadness, or whatever.
Claire wondered if Thomas would make a good sidekick. Or
Woo!
was she more the lone Avenger type? She liked that. The sole hero in a world of rectangles and conveniently placed pools of toxic water.
There we go. Yay! Alright, I think that will be it for this episode. So, this has been Psychic Pictures, and I'll see you guys next time for more First Impressions.